things has to be looked from a broader angle. And I'm, a big fan of Mr. Nitin Gadkari. So, he has recently announced that, hydrogen will be the future, specifically in commercial trucks, and I 100% echo with him. So I actually believe that this is a transition phase that we do have, and the best thing about India is, we don't need to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't go that ways, right? So it's like 1, 4, 8, 10. So that's how we move and jump. So I particularly believe the transition that's gonna be happening. I think we might just do EV at the site, but at the same time we're gonna be picking up, LNG, liquefied natural gas, which is the preferred choice of fuel for all the heavy duty trucks in countries like China, Japan, and they're really really able to kind of get down their emission levels and stuff like that. So I think that will be something that we'll be able to do. And with and the good thing about LNG and the CNG is that we don't necessarily have to be dependent solely on external countries like Russia, or perhaps Middle East, or Iran and stuff like that. Because apart from definitely I think Reliance is a leader when it comes to procuring the natural gas, but also I mean, like there are options like bio CNG, which can be made from farm produce agricultural waste, stubble, which we call parali, which is a problem. So there are a lot of other things that we can kind of club it. And I think government is doing really well by kind of making it sort of a mandate for the companies to adopt those practices, where they would not be able to avail subsidies even if they wouldn't use, like for example, bio CNG. So those are the things which will gonna help to transition. So I believe from diesel, CNG, LNG, definitely there will be a phase when EV will gonna be tried and tested. But EV again, so I think things would not completely change. Energy is something that the solid fuel side of the things, the conventional, the non-renewable will also be there, but definitely the percentage will gonna kind of change accordingly. So electricity will gonna be a preferred option for maybe some time, but along with it LNG adoption will gonna come in, and hydrogen will gonna start coming into the picture. But ultimately hydrogen is the one that will gonna kind of make the permanent solution for the heavy duty trucking industry. Because think about it, you get water as a byproduct, no emissions. I mean, like zero emissions. And that's where Prime Minister Narendra Modi at COP26, when he announced net zero by 2070. So that's one of the things. And that's why even in the budget 35,000 plus has been allocated towards the national hydrogen mission. And India wants to become the net exporter in next 5 to 10 years. And hydrogen is something that really really would change the economies, not just definitely vehicles is number one, because that kind of not just increases our dependency on other countries for fuel or for crude, but also creates a lot of pollution. So it's a self-sustainable thing if we're going to start doing hydrogen. But apart from that, ammonia, steel, and a lot of other industries which are using different sort of hydrogens right now, from gray, blue, brown. So and I think because of those things which are going on around in the world, and the gas is becoming very expensive after that tiff between Russia and Ukraine, I think sustainable future of hydrogen becomes less costly. And with more coming in, more players coming in, with more funds coming in, more support from the government coming in, I believe it will gonna be transition to hydrogen
And
as
I
a
think
entire
there's
economy.
the deal because, like, right now, as we were talking about natural gas, because when I talk to these scientists who are working specifically in petroleum, they were also like that we have to reduce the dependency on natural gas as well because we are importing natural gas. And apart from that, that's why we need to build import substitutes and all these initiatives we're talking about, farm to fuel, and the one you were talking about. I feel that they will play a very important role. Like recently Indian Oil actually established one of their first plants where from Lanzatech actually, which makes ethanol from steel mill emissions. And I think ethanol is again going to be a game changer. So what are your thoughts upon ethanol?
So Lanzatech is a beautiful company based out of America, and we have spoken to them recently as well. So yeah, so the plant has been put up in, I think,
Panipat,
Panipat.
yeah.
Yes. So ethanol is definitely something that will gonna be there for a long period of time. Again, as I was mentioning before, that nothing will be constant. Energy will always evolve according to more sustainable. So far we could see up to hydrogen, but you never know, right?